What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's Jimmy, aka Zero Tolerance 55 here with part 7 of the BioShock Explained storyline. This time focusing on Subject Delta and the events of BioShock 2. You know the drill. If you haven't watched any of my past videos, I suggest you do so because if not, you will be lost as hell. The links can all be found in the description for this video. Anyway, let's begin. BioShock 2 begins with Subject Delta waking up 10 years after the events that led to his death, which I explained in a previous video. He receives a call from a woman guiding him on what to do. As he explores Rapture, he realizes that it has decayed a lot since the last time he remembers it. He proceeds through the city, aware of the fact that something is stalking him and the fact that the inhabitants of Rapture have clearly gone insane. He learns that Andrew Ryan is dead and that Sophia Lamb, the mother of his bonded little sister, now runs the city through a cult. Delta encounters a Gatherer's Garden machine when he is telepathically linked to a woman who calls him father. It is revealed that this woman is Eleanor, his little sister, who is now all grown up. Delta proceeds to inject himself with a plasmid and falls unconscious. Upon awakening, he sees a little sister, and she tells him that he is sick and the only way he will get better is to find Eleanor. At this moment, the girl is immediately taken away by the enemy who is stalking Delta. Delta goes on to restore the power in the area when he is contacted by Bridget Tenenbaum, the woman who contacted him when he first woke up. She informs him of who he is and that why she has come back to the city, and that is to free the girls who were kidnapped from the surface and made into new little sisters. She tells Delta to head to the Atlantic Express station where they can meet. On the way, Delta encounters another little sister who warns him that the big sister is coming. At this moment, the stalker reveals itself as a big sister and attacks Delta. During the fight, the big sister escapes and floods the area. Delta survives thanks to the big diving suit he is wearing and makes his way underwater towards the train station. The big sister swims by and escapes, and Delta makes it to the airlock and enters the station. Tenenbaum guides him to the way that they will, or sorry, Tenenbaum guides him to the area where they will meet, explaining along the way all the events that have happened in the past 10 years and how Sophia Lamb came into power. As Delta makes his way through the station, he is eventually trapped and contacted by Sophia Lamb herself. She basically tells Delta that she will make sure he dies again and this time stay dead, sending a horde of splicers to kill him. He escapes and is contacted again by Eleanor, saying that she will stop her mom from hurting Delta ever again. Eleanor continues on by begging Delta to come free her. Delta finally makes his way to the ticket booth where Tenenbaum explains that he is dying because the pair bonding mechanism installed in every Big Daddy that connects to them to their little sister. She continues on explaining that he needs to find Eleanor in Fontaine Futuristics or he will die. Tenenbaum tells Delta that she will help him because she wants to put an end to Sophia Lamb once and for all. Coincidentally, Sophia Lamb interrupts their conversation by saying a group of splicers to kill them. Delta fights off the splicers while Tenenbaum and the girls escape, but before she leaves, Tenenbaum apologizes and then introduces Augustus Sinclair to Delta via radio. Sinclair tells Delta that he will help him as well and that he needs to board the train to Ryan Amusements so they can meet. Delta takes the train to Ryan Amusements and stops right outside the rail station exit because the tracks are frozen over. Sinclair informs Delta that they can find the incinerate plasmid within the park and to continue his journey. As Delta explores, Sinclair explains that Delta is an alpha model Big Daddy, revealing that he is one of the original designs. He goes on to explain why he's helping Tenenbaum. Sinclair wants to scavenge the safer stuff he can sell on the surface, which he can't do with Lamb in the way. Delta realizes that he needs more Adam to acquire the incinerate plasmid, so Sinclair orders him to go to the El Dorado Lounge where he finds and temporarily adopts a little sister. The girl collects Adam from the corpses around the area as Delta protects her. The pair proceed throughout Rapture Amusements as Delta observes all the rides and pro-Rapture propaganda while Lamb constantly contacts and threatens him via radio. After the two collect enough Adam, the player has a similar choice of that from the first game regarding the Little Sisters. The player can either harvest the Adam and kill the girl, or save her and receive far less Adam. According to the canon story, Delta saved every little sister he came across, so that's the story we're sticking to for this video. Delta goes on to purchase the incinerate plasmid when he is attacked by a big sister. This time, though, Delta is prepared and kills his attacker. He proceeds to the train station where he meets Sinclair in person and melts the ice, and then the two of them board the train and take it to Pauper's Drop. Upon their arrival in the poor housing district known as Pauper's Drop, the whole city is placed in lockdown by Lamb. Sinclair tells Delta that the only way they can proceed is to get the override key from a woman named Grace Holloway. Grace had declared herself governor of Popper's Drop and had hold herself up in a hotel that Sinclair himself owned. Upon making his way to her, Grace threatens Delta, saying that she has wanted nothing more than to kill him. Flashback time. Delta learns that Grace was a former jazz singer and friend of Sophia Lamb's who had been charged with taking care of Eleanor while Lamb was in prison. When Eleanor was taken from her and made into a little sister, Grace felt like she had let Lamb down. After some time had passed, she had spotted Eleanor and Delta patrolling together as a Big Daddy Little Sister team and had tried to capture Eleanor away from Delta. This resulted in Delta attacking her and shattering her jaw before she barely managed to escape with her life. Since then, Grace has wanted nothing but revenge for the abduction of Eleanor and also the injury that ended her singing career. On his way to the hotel, a brute splicer piles debris in the way. Delta realizes that he needs a new ability for his suit called Drill Dash, and the only way he can do that, effectively learn how to use it, is to research splicers in order to find out how it would be effective. Using a research camera, he learns more about the splicers and eventually learns the ability, which he uses to clear the way so he can enter the hotel. Upon entering, Sinclair contacts Delta and suggests killing Grace so she doesn't try to stop them later down the line. Delta considers this and makes his way to Grace's office. Once there, Grace tells Delta she's ready to die, but Delta avoids killing her. Instead, he just takes the key and leaves, which changes Grace's outlook on Big Daddies before he leaves the hotel. Delta and Sinclair board the train for Dionysus Park, but on their way, a torpedo hits the car that Delta was in, throwing him out of the train and onto the ocean floor. Delta regains consciousness and makes his way on the seabed to Dionysus Park. Sinclair contacts Delta saying that he made it to Dionysus Park, but Lamb is flooding it. Delta begins to make his way into a nearby pumping station within Siren Alley in order to drain the park when Sophia Lamb contacts him. It is revealed that it was Simon Wales who fired the torpedo, and he is in a sense Lamb's right-hand man who now goes by Father Wales due to his high position within her cult. Delta searches for the man with the key to the pumping station within Siren Alley and kills him upon finding him. Delta follows this up by making his way to the pumping station, where Simon Wales and his Splicer followers are waiting. Lamb chimes in at this moment and tells Simon that Delta is the one who killed his brother, who was the man who held the key. And Simon goes into a frenzy. Delta fights and kills them all, after which he drains Dionysus Park. When Lamb discovers that her favorite preacher is dead, she gets enraged, flooding Siren Alley and killing everyone in it who did not succeed in stopping Delta. Once again, Delta survives because of his diving suit and makes his way to Dionysus Park, where Sinclair is waiting for him. At this point, I'm going to wrap up the first part of this video. I'm splitting it into two parts. 7.5 is up today too. I did them both back to back. I'm uploading them on the same day, so the link will be at the end of this video as soon as it's up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your patience. I know sometimes it takes me a long time to get videos out. I appreciate it, and once again, thanks for watching.